Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a design team project for Kraftgali, and I'm going to be playing with this awesome lawn fawn set called Simply Celebrate Winter. So lawn fawn comes out with these sets pretty much every season, and they have like a line of images. And today I am not going to actually separate them. I'm going to do a mashup, and we're going to mask and put 3 of these images together to create our own scene. I must give credit where credit is due, and my daughter Adia designed this. So I showed her this stamp set, which I often do because we open up our unboxings together. And she just loved this and said, "Oh my goodness, let's put these together." So yay, Adia. Hopefully you like the end result. So as you can see, I am masking out each individual line of images before I stamp the next. Yes, I fussy cut all of those. It didn't take too long, but I think the snowmen took the most time. So then I am going to pull out some Distress Oxide inks, and these colors are Candied Apple, Squeezed Lemonade, and Tumbled Glass. And I am going to make a sunset. So if you see me working on the right-hand surface of my craft mat, that's because I kind of altered this craft mat to work for myself. This is my magnetic mat from We Are Memory Keepers, and I did a video on how I altered that, so you can check that out if you want. But what I am coloring on is actually glossy vinyl, and that's a piece of it that I put on there, and it cleans up beautifully. So I'm just kind of leaning to the right a little bit, if you will, when I'm coloring here. And that's why I'm not center frame. So you could see me just going back and forth to kind of get the color and the blend that I want. And that took a little bit of time because I think there was such a difference between the blue and the red. But in the pictures, you'll see it's a lot softer than it looks there. And I also think it kind of evened out. So I'm pulling off all those masks. Look at those little snowmen that I cut out. I did. I cut out every single one. Okay, listen, when you're committed to getting your card the way you want it, that's it. There's no stopping you. So I took out my mono eraser to get rid of a smudge there, and that thing works like a charm too, to get up any ink that you might put on your paper. And if you're like me, you have inky fingers throughout, and there's smudges popping up all over the place. Okay, so I'm going to get to color in here, and I'm putting the colors that I'm using up on the screen. I am on Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I am using VersaFine Clair Nocturne, which is black ink, which is friendly for watercoloring, and I am using Arteza Real Brush pens. I am also using this water brush to help me pull out the color. And you can see me going kind of back and forth. Once it dries, I like to go back and put a little bit of a second layer on some of the images. These are very tiny images, so I would say 2 colors max. You can even get away with 1 color, and I do on the houses for a lot of them. I don't really do much blending, or I wouldn't say shading. I do shading because I pull it out with the water brush, but I don't do much blending with different colors on the houses. So right now I'm going through and doing all the snowmen, and the snowmen, there's not much to color. They have some scarves and some if you saw the unboxing I did for this, or the haul video for Kraftgali, Adia was with me, and she said, "Oh, look at the snowmen wearing headphones." But those could be headphones. They could be jamming out there, but I think they might be earmuffs. I think the intent. But they could be headphones, and if you want, you can take one of those little snowmen, or a couple of them that are wearing the quote headphones, and then you could put musical notes all around them, and it's like they're having a little dance party. There we go. We just made another card. Stretch your supplies, everyone. So I'll talk a little bit about Kraftgali while I am coloring here. Kraftgali is a wonderful little shop over on the interweb. And she has so many great products at such good prices. I think that is what enticed me the most, because we like to save pennies where we can. But she's got great prices. She's got sales that go on quite frequently. Sometimes she'll put 30% off the clearance rack, and just really great stuff. And it's all the new, the latest, the greatest, and there's also lots of awesome tools in there as well. So go check out Kraftgali. I have been designing for her for probably almost 6 months now, and she is just wonderful. You know what, you can just feel the kindness of someone's spirit even through the interweb. It runs true. So yeah, so go check out Kraftgali and pick up some awesome supplies. Okay, so I am finishing up some of the final touches of these little houses. These little houses, I was a little sad, honestly, that they were covered a bit. They're so cute. And they have little snow coverings on the top of them. And you'll see what we're going to do with the snow coverings in a little bit. Also, the snow that they're standing on. So right here, last bit, I believe, is the chimneys. I'm just going through and coloring those in. And we are pretty much ready to move on to the next step. So I'm going to cut this down with a Lawn Fawn rectangle stitch die. That's my favorite. It's the second from the largest if you have both sets. And I use it pretty much on 100% of my cards, unless I'm doing a square card or something. So yeah, I love the size of that, and I love to have almost like a matting when I put it on my regular A2 card base. So here I'm going to use some Hero Arts iridescent sparkle. It's like liquid watercolor. And I have to tell you, I reached out to Hero Arts and asked them if they would get this up in the shop so I can buy it and you could buy it. But they said that it came special with the kit. So I am sorry, but I did do my very best and try for you and for me. Mostly for me. No. So you know what I realized about myself? I could never be a comedian because I laugh at my own jokes. Did you all notice that? I certainly do. Okay. Right here, I am taking a Versamark embossing pen. If you don't have an embossing pen, you need one because they seriously, you could do so much with them. Like this, like I am adding little snowy accents to my card. And I pulled out, this is Judican's embossing glitter powder. And I'm adding that to the ground, to the snow on the houses. And it gives this beautiful little sparkle for where I want the accents. Love it. So yeah, an embossing pen is a definite must. I find it very useful. I have actually covered whole images with clear embossing powder because I didn't want to use either glossy accents and wait for it to dry or Crystal Nouveau glaze. And so I just color my images normal, cover it with an embossing pen, and then clear embossing powder. And voila, you have some shine. So definitely recommend an embossing pen of any sort. Okay, I'm heat setting that to make sure that we are good to go with my glittery goodness. And now we're going to do our sentiment. So I am going to keep with the sentiment from that stamp set, and it says Season's Greetings. I love how everything is pretty much the same width, so that's going to go straight across the card. I do, again, use VersaFine Clear Nocturne ink, and I am going to use some clear embossing powder. I want that to pop off the page. So I actually didn't heat emboss my images, surprisingly. I know that's a shocker. But I just used the regular ink and without embossing my images, and it did not bleed at all. So this is definitely watercolor friendly ink. And we get that all good to go. And now I am going to take a piece of this wonderful paper. And this is from the Lawn Fawn Rainbow Christmas paper pack, which is so much fun. Like I needed another pack of pattern paper. I know, you all know I have problems, but I bought it and I am not disappointed. I've been using that bad boy like it's going out of style, which we know it's not. So here I'm taking some fun foam and I'm cutting it down to fit the back of my panel. And this is great because I want a little bit of dimension and I want it to pop up off the page, but I don't want to use an entire truckload of foam tape. So I'm just using my fun foam. And I'm using this Elizabeth Crafts score tape, very strong score tape. We're getting that down. And we're going to place that right on the front of the pattern paper. Here I'm using my score buddy and I am going to score at 5.5 inches to make an A2 size card. This is also a Teflon bone folder. And I love scoring my cards. I mean, it's not even that I love doing it. It's kind of a necessity when you're using 110-pound cardstock from Nina, because if you try to fold that yourself, you're going to get lots of cracks and it doesn't look good. So I definitely recommend some sort of scoring tool for that. So I'm going to place that down with some liquid adhesive and we are done with this card. Here's some close-ups of that card. Thank you so much for stopping by and crafting with us today. I will link everything that I used below. Definitely head over to this Kraftgali shop, check it out, do a little shopping for your holiday stuff, because let me tell you, you better get cracking on those holiday cards. No pressure. Someone posted we only have like 54 days left of Christmas. Like I needed that pressure cooker. Thanks so much for stopping by, and until next time, here are some more videos to hold you over. We will see you again soon. Bye-bye.